What's going on, everyone? My name's ryujin3838. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the Horde. Also, a happy holidays to all of you out there. I hope you got the best presents and had the best time with those close to you. I'm celebrating a bit later than most, so that's why I'm making this video our last one of 2022. But there's much more to come in 2023, so be sure to stick around if you like what you see, hit the sub button, like the video, all those good things to help the Horde keep growing. Today we're continuing our legendary skin ranking for every hero in Overwatch 2, with our tank hero selection this time around being the one and only Reinhardt. Make sure you comment down below what support hero you want to see us rank in the next video. Remember, you guys control this series, so if there's someone you'd like to get ranked, be sure you say so in the comments down below. All supports minus Zenyatta and Ana are up for grabs still. Enough out of me though, let's go ahead and rank every single legendary skin for Reinhardt. So, this time around, in this ranking video, there is actually not an honorable mention skin for Reinhardt. Now you might ask yourself, why? Why is there no honorable mention? You have an honorable mention for every other character in this game that we've ranked so far. Why not Reinhardt? Well, let me show you. Look at this skin. Now look at this one. And this one. And this one. And this one. Do you see a recurring pattern here? The only difference between these skins is the colors. They are almost exactly the same, except that they all have a different color palette. This one has the army colors and has a logo on it, the chest. This one is all white and gold and has the helmet on. This one is just glowy blue, and also the middle's cracked, but it still has a different color swap and the same outfit. This one is festive, but it's still the same. This one is blue and white, and it's still the same. Like, these are all the same skin. None of them are different. So there is no honorable mention, because these are all the same exact skin.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
So, if you look back on those honorable mention skins, do you see something else that is very similar to this skin and why it's ranked on the bottom? It has the same outfit. The only difference is that it's just got a bunch of different lion sculptures on the shoulders. This skin is pretty much the exact same. It's got the exact same lion on the shield. It's got the same bulky look, the boots are the same, the kneecap is almost the same, like there's only very little and subtle differences to the epic skins, and all the epic skins are the same, they just have a different color. And like, it just reminds me of those epic skins, and it just doesn't look like a good legendary to me, so it's automatically on the bottom, because this is more an epic skin recolor than anything else. It's just not that good, and I don't really have anything else to say because it just is an epic skin with more lions. Okay, number 14 on the list. Maybe a bit of a shocker to some of you. I don't know. I don't really know, but I put Griefheart. Why would I put Griefheart here at number 14? Because the particle effects on this skin are terrible. Do you see all these leaves growing everywhere on this skin? Doesn't that look off to you? Like, it just looks so desaturated, and like, look at all this, like all the green just looks so horrible on this skin. It takes away everything cool about Baldric, its counterpart, and then just makes it all this shade of like ugly moss green, and then on top of that, all the particle effects and all the actual like look and feel of the leaves and the moss just looks terrible when you're actually looking at it. Like, how can you even, like, you can barely even tell this is grass. It just looks bad. Why would I want to wear an ugly skin?
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
If I can be honest, I'm just not really a big fan of Ryujin. Like, there's nothing that really stands out to me about this skin, and there's nothing I particularly like, and I don't really know why I feel that way, I just do. The only thing that I think is good is the bead necklace here, but everything else just seems kind of boring to me. The legs and the arms are the exact same color, which is fine, but it's not like that shiny or bright compared to other skins that Reinhardt's got. I don't really like the head that much, or like the helmet. I don't really know. It's hard to tell if they're making him a robot or a monk or whatever. So there's just nothing I really like about this skin. The face on the shield also just looks kind of weird. I get that they changed it a lot to match other skins, which is fine with me, but I just don't like what they changed it to on this one. It just doesn't stand out that much to me, and in my personal opinion, it's not that good.
You know who else suffers from dementia? You know who else suffers from dementia?
You're probably asking yourself why Lionheart is ranked higher than two other skins when I absolutely shit on Stoneheart, even though these skins are pretty much the exact same with the color swap, which is the problem I had with Stoneheart. Well, this one is only ranked higher for some simple reasons, but the main reason really is just that the color actually works for this skin. The whole glowing blue mouth and eyes for the lions is actually pretty cool. I like how they went with a royal paladin sort of look with it, with matching it with purple and white and the hints of light blue, but it is still the epic skins. So I ranked it a bit higher than I normally would have because I like the color choice they went with here, but it still is just the best epic skin for Reinhardt, classified as a legendary skin. Number 11 on my list goes to the Wan Yu Reinhardt Legendary. There are a couple things I don't like about this skin, and that might be a shocker to some, because online I hear people talk a lot about how they like this skin. So, in my humble opinion, there are things that I don't like about it. First off, the biggest thing I don't like is the face. The beard, this is cool, but this, I hate this. I don't like that. I also don't like how insanely much gold is used for all these parts of the skin. Like, it's just everywhere, and I don't like that, and I don't really know why I don't like that. I just don't. So that's my opinion on that. It's okay, aside from the face and the gold bits. Like, the hammer is probably the best part, because this giant, like, blade here with the, like, fire-breathing dragon or whatever it's supposed to be. That's cool, and the beard is nice. But I hate the face and the amount of gold more than I like the beard and the hammer. So that's why the skin's going down here.
That's rough, buddy.
Number 10 on my list goes to the Gridiron Heart Summer Games event skin. This one is just kind of an okay meh skin. This is finally breaking into that tolerable range of skins for me, where it's like, I'll wear this maybe every now and then, but it's not really my favorite, and it's not really that bad either. Like, the idea of him being a football player definitely works, but with all of his giant armor running around and stuff. The hammer, though, is also really cool with this giant trophy here, but the actual skin itself is just kind of meh to me. Like, it's okay, nothing too special, definitely better than the other skins I've covered so far, but there are a lot more that are way better than this one, so it's just sitting pretty here. Although I will say, besides the hammer, the face on the shield is pretty cool too, but it's just an okay skin, so that's what I'm gonna put it at. Another big shocker here, number 9 on my list, is the Conductor Winter Wonderland skin. And I know everyone loves the skin and it's a ton of fun, and I agree, it is a ton of fun, but I just don't like it compared to some more of the other skins in this game. I think definitely there is a series of skins where the coolest part about it is the hammer, and that's fine, but I like the hammer more than I like the rest of the skin, so it just doesn't really do much for me, because I like this hammer and not really much else about the skin. Like, it's a fine skin. I think it's funny that when you charge with him, it makes like the choo-choo noise from a train. Like, that's funny. I like how the hammer itself also kind of looks like a train. I like all the little fun bits that are moving around, like this part, and all the little mini engines and stuff. And the fire effects here are nice, but It's just one of those skins that, like, it's fun, but it's not really one of my favorites, so it goes down here for me. Bloodheart is my least favorite of the 3 recolors this skin has. It's just a base legendary from Overwatch 1, but it is definitely his best base legendary look that he has. So, the armor is just really cool and stands out like this, all the little spikes and stuff. I love that the shield has like a vampire bat on it. This one is definitely cool, but I like Blackheart and Steelheart better than this one. It's not bad, though. I do like this design, and I'm glad that it has a bunch of recolors, because it's definitely the best one and deserves those recolors. But I do think that the other 2 recolors are better, and there are a couple more skins that are also better. So this one just takes the middle slot here. Crusader got added to base Overwatch 1 later, so this is technically a base legendary skin, but it wasn't out when the game dropped. But this is from his Overwatch cinematic, featuring his younger self and his partner Baldric. And I do really think this skin is awesome. It's just not one of my favorites. I definitely like the hammer most, and it's another one of those situations where I like the hammer more than I like the rest of the skin, and I want to be able to like both of those and not just like one over the other in order for it to be a good skin, because when I'm playing as Reinhardt, I'm going to be seeing pretty much all of him when he's shielding, but when I'm just in that attacking mode, I'm mostly going to see this hammer and some of his hands, you know? Regardless, I want both of them to stand out to me, and I want to like both of them equally, so I'm not going to rank this higher than some of the other skins that I think do a better job at that, or maybe I just like the design more, so that's why this one's taking this spot. And Steelheart is my middle-of-the-road color of this design. I do think it's pretty nice with all the white, but I don't really like the green that much. I like it more than Bloodheart because all this steel here actually stands out a whole lot, and I think that's definitely the coolest part. It's shiny, it's awesome, but it just makes me think of an Xbox every time I see it, you know? Don't get me wrong, I like this skin enough that it's number 6 on the list, but I think Blackheart is a better recolor. The only real thing that I like is the steel stuff. Like, the hammer is definitely the coolest part too, because it's got all the steel here, and there's hardly any bits of green. But the rest of the skin is just, you know, it's okay. It's still middle of the road. It's better than some, but not better than others. So it's the highest of my tolerable skins, but not in my top 5. So in the end, Blackheart barely beat out Steelheart in my ranking and made it into the top 5. I just think it's a really badass skin. It's got that same steel that's on Steelheart here, and on the shoulders and the helmet and stuff. It just is all black and has this nice hints of red, whereas I felt like when you were looking at Steelheart, the green was just so obvious and just in your face that I didn't like it enough to put it in the top 5, but it was still a good enough recolor and a good enough design that, you know, Blackheart and Bloodheart were based off that I wanted to put it higher than others. So this one is just more subtle about all the reds and stuff, but it's still really badass. And it's definitely his best base legendary skin. I'm kind of sad I don't have it, but I'm also okay with it because I have Bloodheart, you know. I have at least one of the recolors. I think the design of this skin is definitely enough to boost it up here. The hammer itself being this battle axe is really cool. And of course it's the same for Bloodheart and Steelheart, but this is just the best of them, and I like the way the colors come together the best on this recolor of the design than it does for Bloodheart and Steelheart. This skin for Reinhardt is definitely one of my favorites. It's got this really cool zombie aesthetic going on here. I love the Viking look it's got too. It just looks really badass. The shield is definitely one of my favorite parts, which I don't normally say that about these Reinhardt skins because the shield designs are almost always faces of an animal or something, but this is just a straight up Viking shield with arrows shot in it. which really sells this undead vibe that the skin is supposed to be going for. He's even got arrows in his arms here, and the fire on the back here is blue, which is really cool, and you know me and my blues, gotta love the blues, so it being a blue fire is really cool to me, and I just love this skin's look. It looks undead, it looks badass, it's like part Viking too. It's got a whole bunch of things that you wouldn't really expect to mesh that well together, but it does it so perfectly that I have to put it up high on this list. Now, the one thing that I do want to say, though, that kind of lowers it for me and doesn't get it higher on the list is the beard. I don't really like how it looks here, but that's like the one thing I don't like about it. It's pretty good apart from that. I wish I had this skin. Also, the hammer being a battle axe is really, really cool. Like, compared to the Blackheart designs, where it's also this like futuristic battle axe, this one is more of a from the past Viking battle axe, and I think that's way cooler than the one that Blackheart has. So I love this hammer, I love this skin. It's awesome. As far as I'm aware, this skin hasn't shown up in the shop yet. I've really not been able to play that much of the first couple weeks of this season, so I don't know if I missed the skin in the shop or not, but regardless, I do gotta say, I really love this Minotaur skin. I think it's really badass. The helmet being an actual Minotaur head is awesome, and you can tell the rest of the body fills out here, and it's not just the helmet, it's like an actual Minotaur in Reinhardt's armor. The design of the armor itself is also very cool. I loved Percy Jackson as a kid, not gonna lie. I was one of those kids, so seeing something like this is really cool, and kind of reminds me of those ancient Greek vibes. The hammer, though. The hammer goes absolutely crazy. Look at this thing. This is nuts. The skin is cool, the hammer's awesome. Even the shield with its weird face on it is cool. I like everything about the skin. It's awesome. No complaints here. I can't wait for this to drop in the shop so I can get this.
'Cause I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they call, I tell them I can't pay it back yet. Credit card debt.
My second favorite Reinhardt skin is an Overwatch League exclusive skin that I don't own in my inventory, so I'm going to be pulling up some pictures just like before on our other rankings, but this is his Gaia legendary skin from the Overwatch League. It's the one that was around during the, I think it was 2020 All-Stars. I'm not entirely sure if it was 2020, but I will probably find out later when I'm editing this video. But I do really love this skin. I love the tree branches and stuff. Like, it reminds me of like a druid kind of look for him. I love the green. It's really, really cool and matches well with that druid element. The hammer is also really cool with all those like green emeralds or whatever. I don't know if they're emeralds, but it just looks really cool. Like, it's got this really good and well-fitting naturalistic look to it. And I really, really love that. Again, it's another skin I wish I had, but I think I wasn't playing when the skin was out, and I didn't care enough to log back in and buy it, but hopefully it shows back up in the Overwatch League store because I would buy this in a heartbeat. I love this skin's look. There's not really anything I can complain about. There's nothing I don't like about it, and that's why it takes number 2, and that's why it's also slightly better than Minotaur, because my top 3 on this list are skins I haven't really complained about anything for, but I just genuinely like this one more than Minotaur, so it's just a really cool skin. Can't wait for it to show back up in the Overwatch League shop. But there is one more skin we have to cover on our ranking, and I think you already know what it is. I mean, come on. You had to see this coming, right? Like, don't tell me you didn't expect this when you clicked on this video. Baldric is single-handedly the most badass Reinhardt skin, and if you don't know why it's the most badass Reinhardt skin, even after we've covered all these other really cool Reinhardt skins on this list, then you need to watch the Reinhardt cinematic, because this, I tell you, is the pinnacle of Reinhardt skins. It is awesome. It's badass. The hammer is a spiked club with a claw on it. Like, dude, you can't tell me you don't like that. The colors on this skin are so detailed. It's insane. It's got gold, blue, even this brown looks really cool. The coat, it's not even a coat. It's like the headdress. It's not even a headdress. I can't even think of the words to say right now because I'm just so in awe of how badass this skin is. This is just fur, casually chilling. Look at the helmet. It's got wings on it. His face shield is a freaking griffin, dude. He's got Wolverine claws. His boots have little wings on them and are spiked all over. He's even got a freaking Pegasus just chilling on this little thing. What is this thing called? I don't know. It's just badass. It's so detailed. It's cool. The colors work well. I love the hammer. I love the skin. I wear this every time I play Reinhardt, and I pop off on Reinhardt, and it makes me feel like I'm in the middle of that battle on Eichenwald. I'm killing robots left and right. I'm this badass, and I think this skin perfectly encapsulates everything about Reinhardt's character. So, yeah, of course this was the #1 skin. Hey there! If you made it this far into the video, I just want to give you a quick shout out for watching this video all the way through. If you like this video, then go ahead and hit the like button. It's that easy. While you're at it, make sure you hit the sub button, turn on notifications, and comment down below which support we should rank in the next video. All those help the channel grow, and the support you guys have shown these past couple months is truly the best Christmas present I can ask for. So thanks to all of you for making my year so much better. We hit so many milestones and so many cool things that I just can't wait for content to continue in the coming year. I'll be seeing you guys next time in 2023 with more great content to come. So until then, have a happy new year. Peace out.